Hello Forkies, this is day 114 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we have the black pieces, so let's play the game here. E4, c6, the Caro-Kann defense of course. We will see what our opponent will do. Knight f3, simply d5, the idea of the Caro-Kann here. And we face two knights here, which is not the most common variation, but bishop g4 should be played. Bishop e2 is just weird. I can just probably play e6 here. This is not the theory here by white, but nevertheless, we will play this position. d3 is probably fine. Knight d7, knight f6, my idea. The position is perfectly fine. There is also bishop d6 right away to prevent any e5 ideas. Because if I play knight f6, then e5 might as well happen here. There is also takes. There is the idea of takes here, which I know for a fact is reasonable. And then playing knight f6. So yes, I mean, if knight f6, knight f4, then I simply play knight f6 with a great position. And if d takes on e4, I play knight f6, bishop e7. My position is probably just slightly worse. I'm one tempo short here, but the position should still be pretty much playable. I like these Caro-Kann solid structures. Knight takes now knight f6, and the position now I like more than if pawn takes there. Bishop g5, of course, an idea, but simply bishop b7 can be played, preventing any further ideas regarding this pin on the knight to the queen. No, the knight to the queen, yes. Did I say that? h3, now I could go back, I could also take. I think going to h5 here is very reasonable. Nothing have occurred that would be. Knight g3 looks slightly wrong because your knight shouldn't really go to g3. I can simply retreat, and now, I mean, my position now looks much better than few moves before. Rook e1, I think just castles. Is there anything else to play? I don't. I think just castles, and now we are entering a pretty complicated middle game here. But I will do my best to try and just make good moves here with good plans indeed. So definitely c3 d4 is an idea for white because that otherwise you are simply not that much better with white. D4 played of course, but now I get to play c5 and my position is not that bad. I think c5 c3 I can just take um maybe queen b6 as well. I think c5, and if takes then my position might not be that great. But also I could take with the bishop and then the f2 pawn is pinned, then queen c7 would make a threat of winning the knight, so that might be pretty okay as well in few moves. But my opponent will never take, he will play c3, that's correct. I think, at least, I don't know. Now queen c7 looks also fine. Trying to get the rook to d8. There is queen b6 here, which I like more, I guess. Takes, I could still take with the bishop, trying to take on f2. So if take, then bishop takes, and f2 is attacked, but my opponent shouldn't play this move. I mean, the b2 pawn is, I guess, attacked. Although my idea by playing queen b6 was not really to attack the b2 pawn. I mean, it comes with that as well. I mean, he's giving away the b2 pawn. Um, we should take it, I think. It's completely free. No, it's not. What am I even talking about? I mean, if I take and simply knight takes d7, what is this? And the bishop is, of course, hanging. But there is takes and then knight d5. Takes on e7, knight takes queen d7, rook e8, and then rook d8. And suddenly my position looks pretty fine. Bishop e7, knight e7. I like that, and my knights are very active. I mean, my knight, only one knight. And I'm slightly up on the clock as well. Queen d7 was something I was initially maybe slightly worried about, but rook e8 and rook d8, and you can um I mean, this is just bad. Also, queen d7, probably just knight d5 wins the game somehow, because the b2 pawn is attacked. Your queen will have to go to a4, and yes, now queen c1 defending the b2 pawn, but now I get over the file and the initiative with it, I think. Rook d8. Rook d1. However, I think is just a very bad move because I can take queen takes. I still pick up the pawn. I guess queen d7 might be something there. So we need to be slightly careful. A4. Okay, I guess. I don't think it's really trying to go for a5 because then I go. No, I think he will play a5 next move, but then simply queen c7 becomes pretty. Oh, but I also have knight c6 right away. Um, Probably have to play f4 to defend the pawn, but that's we need to calculate that definitely. I mean, it looks bad, but not until proven guilty. Yeah. Um, we also play knight d5 here. We could play queen c7, f4, and knight f5. Trading the knights off, getting the d file for myself. I can start by playing knight f5, I think. Although my knight, no, then the knight gets here, which is quite bad. Um, let's play queen c7 here. Then knight d5 perhaps. No, maybe then just double up on the d file. I think f4, rook d7, reasonable. Also a6 maybe. Okay. I didn't really consider bishop f3. I guess it's logical, yes. Um, Now I'm moving too slow. A5 not a threat until a6 because then my rook. So rook d7 and rook d8 probably my plan here. Knight to e4, however, I just take with, and then I have the d file for myself. Get the knight to d5. Maybe play a6, stopping the pawn, or maybe play b6 so that my pawns are on the dark squares here. That means that bishop cannot really attack those pawns here. A5 just rook d8. I mean the bishop can get to b7, but um I'm not really afraid of the move a6. Maybe I should be, but I think that pawn is more liability than something else because bishop d6, queen c7, queen c8. Excuse me. I mean, it. I could even consider playing that. Queen g5. I no idea what that actually do. After h6, for example, just improving my position, giving myself a luft. Um, no, but now we have to think. Yeah, what's the idea? Um, Queen h4. My idea is to play knight f5, trade off, and get pretty good kind of middle game, kind of an end game. G4 they're slightly problematic. No, h6 and I do nothing. I just go rook d2. After queen h4, just rook d2. Why not? Pressure. Oh, b4 is the idea probably, yeah? Or queen g4 doesn't matter, but b4 is probably the idea here. Yes, I think that's an idea. Now I could play something weird. I mean, rook d2 looks weird because before takes and takes. Um, I like the look of knight d5 before knight takes e3 or even takes and then takes and do something. Knight d5, h4. And h5 is pretty much nothing as well. Knight d5, c4. I get to b4 to c2 perhaps. Um, I mean, I'm kind of stopping b4, kind of not. Maybe c4 is an idea for me. Bishop d3, maybe get the knight around. H4 played, which is, oh, I guess. We could play a6 or b6 here. Both moves playable, probably. b6, a6. I mean, if takes the knight take with the queen, I mean, this looks great. My pawns are slightly weird. I don't mind. Takes. I'm yes, h5. Thought bishop h7. Is there something here? I don't think you can really attack me. I actually don't think so. I mean, you have to be slightly worried about your d5 pawn. Yes, now it takes, and if knight takes, then I win the pawn here. Here, no, I don't. Um, my initial calculations were wrong, or were there? There is 93. Takes 93. Takes the rook. Takes the queen. Takes the queen. Takes the. No, this is just losing. Here 93 just wins. Wins for white, of course. Oh, but the knight is getting to d6, eh? Probably have to go for this idea. Trade of the knights, of course. What is this? I mean, I'm blundering very rapidly this one. Very bad, but okay. I mean, this was just very bad. Now, but now I get pretty much active. Before takes, queen takes. Probably just completely lost. Yes, I believe I'm completely losing. Okay, this is an idea. Oh, rook d2 I like. No, then rook d2 here. Yeah. Knight c6, I guess. But this is just bad. I mean, I'm stopping before. My idea is, I guess, to pressure the pawn here. Pressure the this pawn as well. Rook d2, c4, queen f2 would be made, but slightly harder to achieve. Um, I mean, I'm just gonna lose this game before I can just take, I guess. I'm not even stopping before, but okay. Because if I take like this, if I take like this and this, I could try like this as well. But you can just take on c. No, what? What? Yes, okay. Probably takes here, knight f. How to take? Queen a7, I go queen b4, and then my position suddenly looks amazing. Completely honest. Takes is probably. I mean, maybe I'm losing. Still, but I don't really see how queen b8 doesn't win, and this doesn't win either. Um, Queen here threatens mate. No, it doesn't. The queen is on f3. Um, but you get the point, I guess. Yes, but now I'm lost. Yeah. Maybe that's a move. Otherwise, I lose immediately because I lose the knight. If takes, then takes is of course the idea. When takes is also probably fine for me. I mean, I'm up a pawn here. Queen here, I can just move back. I mean, I don't know if I should start to think that the trade of the queens is fine for me. I don't necessarily think so, but the h5 pawn is also weak. So okay, maybe my opponent is seeing something I'm not. But now this looks better than something else. Like this is mate. Queen g4 is giant threat now. Winning the pawn for free there. Queen d3, I can just snap your queen off. Now my position looks pretty fine. My pawn is defended, my knight will be defended, queen. I guess that's a good move. Knight f3 is a threat. Okay. f5 looks bad, g6 also. I can just go back, I guess. No, back looks bad. f5 also doesn't look that appealing. But knight f3 I think is a draw. So, I mean, here I guess I can probably take, yeah. Queen here probably the best move. I slightly missed that. But I also have knight g4 there. And who is fighting for the win is unclear. For now. Queen c7. Oh, knight f3. I'm down on the clock, which is quite bad. But now I will play very quickly and probably won't have the time to talk as much. Maybe not the best move, by the way. Maybe trading the queens was fine, but still think I can probably win this, but it will be hard. Very hard indeed, but this looks like checkmate in one. Great. We won the game. I mean, this was just a huge blunder, but let's analyze the game now. So this is the game review of the game I just played. I played with 90% accuracy, although I made a blunder, which is quite bad. My opponent also played okay with 83. So let's analyze. Now, he played pawn to e4. I responded with the Caro-Kann defense, of course, my favorite opening out there. Knight f3 was played, d5. Now you could still take the pawn and play for d4. This is the exchange Caro. But my opponent decided to play knight c3 here. Now bishop g4 is the theoretical line. You could also play takes and knight f6, just like in the Tartakower variation of the Caro-Kann. After takes and d4, we would reach exactly that. For guys knowing what that actually is, but doesn't matter now. Knight c4, bishop g4, h3 is the main line. And after takes, and e6, the position is pretty solid. My opponent has a bishop pair. I don't, but my position is pretty solid with this triangle pawn shape here. My opponent played bishop e2, however, that's not the most popular move. I didn't really know it exists. I mean, on top level, h3 is almost forced there. And now e6 is played, and black is probably just fine. Now d3 is fine. Knight d7 also okay. Castles, d takes, maybe not the best move, yes. But I like playing those structures. Knight takes is the best move indeed. Wow, I didn't really thought so. Now bishop g5, but I play bishop e7 and the position is equal. He played h3. Um, Now knight takes is the best. Bishop takes, queen takes, and h takes. And then h5. Oh my goodness. This is the only move. h5 is the only move to be slightly better. Of course, the idea is if you take, you can just resign. Probably, I mean, g3 is only move not to lose. Because the knight h2, yes, I mean, queen d6 even, wow. But then e5 happens. Ah, yes, and you can resign because, I mean, this is checkmate. I didn't see that. I just thought about playing bishop h5. It's okay, but missing knight takes e4. Maybe I would start to calculate that in a classical game of chess, but not in a rapid game. Knight g3, bishop g6, rook e1, castles, d4, c5, c3, queen b6 was fine. And now here I thought I'm winning a pawn, but I mean, come on, tactics, guys. This wins a piece, of course. I have to take here, and then my bishop is just lost there. So I cannot do that. I played knight takes, which wasn't great. D takes, knight d5, bishop takes, and knight takes. Now I thought about him playing queen d8, which is just bad. The best move in the position is knight to c6, which is just weird. I get the idea that you are trying to trap the queen and attacking the pawn, but I didn't. This move didn't occur to me. But yes, a4 is the only escape, so knight c6 covers that and attacks the pawn. I guess logical. He played queen c1 because the b2 pawn was attacked, and you cannot play rook b1 here. Why not? Well, bishop takes a rook. So um, rook d8, a4, queen c7, bishop f3, doubling up, queen g5. I thought I'm fine here. Queen g4, even rook d2 here was possible. I played knight d5, which wasn't great. Knight d5 is a miss. I should have played the move rook to d2, pressuring the second rank here. Oh, that would be fine, but I played knight d5, h4, b6, and now after h5. Excuse me, bishop b4 I took, and now white is better. He's threatening knight f6. I play knight e7, allowing knight f6, which is just tremendous. I mean, even if I play something else like b5, then knight f6 is still possible. Why? If I take, I lose. G6, h takes. This is probably just losing, yeah. King h8, it is losing, but not because of that. It's because of takes on e6 and wait. Yes, after king h8, rook takes on e6, and the position is just lost. Um, knight e7, yes, knight f6 just picks up the rook. But now I start to fight on. Before mistake, after takes, I can play rook d2 threatening checkmate on the board, so that's a move my opponent probably missed. Rook f1, knight takes here, queen takes on a7, and queen takes b4, and now I am up a pawn. Queen a8, I played king h7, rook here, and I played the move rook to d8, which is I think a great move. Queen b5 was the best move, but I didn't really want to allow this check and then go here and then. I mean, you have to play f5 only move. I mean, g6 loses because of rook e1. Okay, because yes, if you go back then, oh, checkmate. Um, so yes, I play the move rook d8. The idea takes and takes. My position is not that bad. I'm up a pawn. This pawn is weak. The position is probably draw. He didn't do that. He took my rook and I took back. No, queen c7. Now queen to f4, probably very good move. Threatening knight f3. If simply rook here, knight f3 wins the game. So queen c2 was played. f5, not the best move, not the worst move. Now queen g4, just shuffling around. I played knight to g4, and now the only move that keeps white okay is queen f3. After queen h2, king e2, the position is equal. Okay, I guess. If takes, however, you lose as well. He played king f1. I mean, I don't know what that actually does. And after queen takes f2, this is just checkmate on the board, and I won the game. So let's go to the second game of the day. We have another game. Let's play pawn to e4. We have the white pieces. E6, the French defense. Now d4, d5, and d6 he plays. Wow. I will just respond with c4, taking as much space as I want. Knight here. I guess just knight 3. I mean, probably fine. Knight g6. I mean, this is just weird. Knight 3, I guess. Um, bishop e7. I could play bishop d3 here. Why not? This position just looks castles and castles. I mean, wow, my opponent is just playing weird in this game. Bishop d7. I could develop to e3. I could develop to b2 as well. No, just bishop e3. I think. I mean, my position is perfect. Now a3 of course has to be played. I think here. I mean, this kind of f5. I mean, what? Um, maybe I just misplayed the position, but it doesn't look that bad. I have d5 here. Um, I guess the knight gets to d5. Now I hate my position if I'm honest. Um, I guess just continue with b4, f4, and bishop d2. I guess. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. But the d4 pawn is defended by my knight. So f5, bishop into d2, queen c8 even. Wow, this is tremendous play by my opponent. I could take here, by the way. Now I also have the option to play for bishop g5, but then I lose the pawn, which is bad. Um, how to play? How to play? There is queen c2. I mean, I could take here and then play queen c2. Takes, and rook e1. I like. Going for the open file here, I have a lot of space, and if I go don't get mated here, my position should just be fine. Bishop f6. That is now. Am I losing the pawn right away? What? No, I have b5. I think you cannot play f for f4. Yes. Um. Now what should I do? Bishop g5 is definitely a possibility. A move that I very like. Probably not a good one, but something. I need to play faster. What is this? Takes with the knight. Of course, this is not a free pawn. I think just takes perhaps. And a4 takes and takes with the queen. I'm slightly worried about knight getting to f4, like right now. Um, but then I takes, knight takes. Not sure about that. Rook f8, just weird move. Um, now we have to start thinking. Excuse me, I mean queen b2 here. Trying to activate my queen somehow. Also activating the rook perhaps. I don't know what's happening. And b6 now looks like a big mistake, by the way, positionally. I mean, just by the instinct, I can get the knight to c6 whenever I want. Um, by playing, of course, d5. Oh, I could also go to here. Not right away. I mean, then I can just take and win a pawn. So, also getting this square being very weak. Let's play slowly. Just moving out the queen. Um, so that the bishop is defended. Yes, that was my idea. Now, I mean, am I really afraid of that? I mean, this loses the knight. So, I mean, is there something? That was my idea by playing queen c2. The knight is hanging, but I guess queen d8, but rook e1. What is this? We should another weird move, allowing me to play for d5. Oh, d5 queen here, I guess. I guess. And I can just sack the rook there, and I will have three pieces for the rook. No, this is just bad. This is just bad. I can just sack the rook there. For example, queen d8, just sack the rook. It's not a sacrifice, but um, just winning completely. Yes, I think it's game over. If you go back, I mean, whatever. Um, of course, rook takes c6 now. We're getting this position actually, which is quite weird. Um, I will get the knight to d4, the knight to. Yes, now I have to decide. Queen e2 is possibility. I like it slightly more. Why? Well, I don't know. Rook here and then we take on f5. I mean, we could take on f5 right away, but why doing some weird things to myself? So here, here, here. Yeah, g6, but now I go here. Attacking and winning the game. Here I can just fork you. Here I can just take here and go back. Game over. Nothing else to say here. Now we have to find a way to win easily without any um weird stuff going on. I think I found it, and queen e6 next. And queen f6. I think queen f6, then there is takes and takes. Should we allow it? There is takes as well. And d1 is covered. I have bishop f1. Here, rook takes, I go here. Probably, I mean, I could also just go here. Queen a1, bishop f1. Let's be precise, yeah? Why not? Yeah, this is just completely winning. GG, game over. Queen a1, bishop f1, yeah. It's the idea. And it's just game over. Takes, takes. Still bishop f1. And we're winning a lot of rating today. I mean, with this win, I will be back to like 2042. My mathematics is not that great. But yes, 2042, not that bad actually. And I have realized actually that the games in 10 plus 0 format are much easier than the ones in 15 plus 10, because if you're first watching me for the first time, well, I was usually playing 15 plus 10 rapid games, but there I mean, talking and thinking like in like 15 plus 10 rapid game, which is very enough time to just make some weird brilliancies, um just not working out for me. So yes, I was trying to play now 10 plus 0, and it far better to talk. Bishop f1 only move, so we have to do that. Um Now we could take with the queen, I think. Queen f6 next, or knight f6 and mate, yeah. Be careful for some stalemates, but come on. I mean, like queen f1 there, but knight f6, you have to take me. Otherwise, it's just checkmate, so you can just probably resign here. You can just resign here, yeah. Queen takes, okay, you are not resigning, which is quite interesting. But now I will just mate you. I can even pre-move the mate. This is checkmate. No hands. Come on, will you do it? It's mate. Come on. You can make one more move and it's checkmate on the board by pre-moving. So yes, my opponent is rematching me. No, thank you, not today. Let's analyze the game now. So this is the game review of the game I just played. I played with 85% accuracy. My opponent played with 75. Let's see what happened. I played e4. My opponent played e6, the French defense, and after d4, I thought we will get d5, the normal French defense. No, my opponent played d6 here, which is already a mistake. Now I played c4, not the best move, but just taking some space. I usually play this in blitz and in bullet. Now knight e7, another weird developing move. Knight c3, knight g6, which does absolutely nothing. Now knight f3, just developing. Bishop e7, I played the move bishop d3, which wasn't the best. What was the best move? Bishop e3 firstly, well, okay, I guess. Um, so after bishop d3, we both have castles, not play king f8, castles and castles. Now bishop d7, another weird move. I mean, you should probably play like b6 or play for c5 there. Bishop e3, knight c6, probably the best move, yes. Now I played a3 because knight before is slightly annoying. f5 was played, and now I made a mistake. I don't know how to play these positions. I'm not a King's Indian player with the white pieces. I don't enter these weird lines. I just played before. I know that we are supposed to attack on the queen side in the similar type of structures, but now simply f4 can be played for black, and he's slightly better after bishop d2. He can play e5 for the fact. Takes and takes. Yeah, this is bad, yeah? I guess. Knight takes, bishop takes, and knight here. My position is just bad. Knight d5, best move sacking the pawn, but then I get bishop takes on f4. I guess that's not that bad. My opponent didn't go for that. He played queen c8 here. And now I played e takes, and the rook e1, bishop f6, b5, because otherwise I thought I was losing a pawn here. If I play knight d5 was also there. If I play here, I guess, then there is f4 and I lose the pawn. So I played b5, and if f4 now just takes, takes, and takes, attacks the queen, and after check, I'm up a pawn. So up a pawn, up a piece. Excuse me. So yes, b5. I played bishop g5 here, trying to get rid of the bishops, and now I simply took, play a4, consolidate my position, and it's just winning by the computer. Um, b6 also a mistake, as I mentioned in the game. I thought this was a positional mistake. Nevertheless, he played knight f4 here, and just giving me the free piece. And now I have sacrificed my rook. Nothing special, and this is just complete demolition. And after queen to a1, he has to give away the queen, and it's game over now. Knight h4, knight f4, knight f5, pre-moving, and queen g7 is checkmate. So I won 2 games today. Let me just go full screen for the outro. I think I have won like 15, maybe 16 rating points, which was quite okay. Now, if I will be keeping up those wins, I might get to 2100 before the end of January, which is quite possible, because if I gain like 15 rating points per day, that means that like in the next 3-4 days, if I only have wins, then I will get to 2100, which is my goal for this month. Um, so yes, if you have liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.